there's a church on the outskirts of Buenos Aires where when I first went, it was called the Children's Church. Um, I, I never quite knew why, because they had like 1,000 adults and less children, but they'd really caught something of the vision for children, and so they had lots of children's groups. And this was early on. This was my first or second trip I visited there, where they were having 14-year-olds mentoring 12-year-olds and 12-year-olds mentoring 10-year-olds and all the way down. They'd really caught something about training children, and really releasing them. And they pay for children to have music lessons, not so they can just pass their grades and their exams, but so that they can raise up worship leaders
Wow.
and musicians. And then when the children are, you know, fairly proficient, 12 or 13 maybe, they send them out as to lead services in churches that are um, small and struggling and maybe don't have their own worship group. So they go and lead worship, and they might have like also a 13 or 14-year-old who's the preacher, which and they've trained them. Um, so I remember hearing one story where this girl, 14-year-old girl, stands up and she says, "I'm not Claudio Frazen and I'm not Carlos Andacondia, but I'm a child of God. So open your heart to listen to the word of God." She's 14, kind of thing. But they give them that kind of opportunity to do
Mm.
that. They also, if a child feels that they're called to mission somewhere, they will pay for language lessons for that child, for the language of the country where the child feels called. So they had one girl, they told me this, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. They had one girl who, when she was 10, felt called to China. So they paid for Chinese lessons for her. And when she was 20, they actually sent her to China as a missionary.